I want to go right to our next guest. He is the former acting deputy secretary at the Department of Homeland Security, Mr. Ken Cuccinelli. Mr. Cuccinelli, how are you, sir?
I'm doing well. I hope you are.
I am, and really good to talk to you. We know that when Trump was president, it was kids in cages, and that's all we heard. It was a Holocaust, concentration camps at the border, et cetera. And now they're overflow migrant centers or whatever, right? What was the situation with kids at the border, and what's the situation there now?
Well, one thing your viewers should know is, in addition to obviously being kids and kids are special, there's a legal and logistical difference to children at the border from everybody else. You've heard a lot about catch and release. When adults come over, even though the law says we're supposed to hold people through their immigration hearings, when there's just too many, they get caught and they get released, thus the term catch and release. But with children, you can't just release children out onto the streets. So you literally have to hold them. You have to find sponsors or family members or what have you. And so there's no easy out. And so it is critically important that you have the facilities and you have the manpower to deal with the children, and they don't. And the reason they don't is because the Biden effect has resulted in a tsunami of illegal immigration, and they have basically made it clear to all of the illegal immigrants out there that you can get your children in here, we will take them, and we will not deport them. And that becomes the anchor to bring the rest of the family in. So they've laid out a strategy that human smugglers that don't care about the well-being of these children or these families are taking full advantage of. They're making thousands of dollars off of each. And you see what the result is on the American side at the border.
Is there truth to this, or is this an exaggeration that there's a market for getting children south of the border to bring them across and give them to people who are not their family members in order to get that free pass?
So there's no question that even when we just did pilots, investigating whether the children coming across and appearing to be with a family were actually part of that family, we found that anywhere from a sixth to a fourth were not. And, you know, for those people who might think those are small numbers, I mean, these are human beings. These are children who are literally being used to try to create the appearance of a family. So why would you do that? Because families can't be held more than 20 days. So we encountered children who were recycled across the border 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 times. And it's a very serious problem. It's why we need to track the biometrics of everyone we catch, including children. It's why keeping track of all of this is so important, because you catch true human smugglers, like I said, who do not care about the well-being of these children.
You mentioned catch and release and the overflow of the whole system. Why can't it go faster? And I know I'm easy for me to say, right? But you haven't been there. Why can't the system go way, way faster so there's not this huge overflow and backlog?
So, I mean, the amount of due process that we have imposed on this system, and when you hear due process, you think that's a good thing. It's an American thing. But the process by which immigration determinations are made when people cross illegally is so backlogged, and it is so slow, and there are so many opportunities for the illegal immigrants to kind of muck it up, if you will, and their nonprofit attorneys and so forth, that it takes forever to get through the process. And part of the problem is, even when you get through that process, we have an administration now in the Biden administration that says, we're not going to deport you. For 100 days, we're not going to deport anyone except terrorists and convicted murderers. Oh, thank you very little. And so, which, by the way, is one of the reasons for the tsunami at the border, because they know once they come in, no one's going to remove them. They just have to wait it out. They also see the amnesty effort on the Biden administration's part, and they see the H.R. 1, where they're trying to register people to vote regardless of their citizenship.
Thanks for watching the Heritage Foundation's YouTube channel. With more than 500,000 members, we are the nation's largest conservative research and education institution. We believe the principles and ideas of the American founding are worth conserving and renewing. Please help us further our mission by subscribing to this channel and sharing our videos with your family and friends.